From KCRW, this is Here Be Monsters.
I think that leaving the church is harder for my sister than it was for me. I've forgotten what it feels like to have faith. It was so long ago. I left the church when I was a senior in high school, just as I was getting ready to move out and go to college. I just didn't believe the Book of Mormon was based in fact, and I was already leaving home, so it felt natural to leave the church too. But it's different for my sister Ashley. She's 5 years older than me, and when I became secular, she was getting married in the temple. She held leadership roles in her congregation. She quit her job to become a full-time homemaker, per the church's recommendation. She turned 30. She became a mother. Ashley was entrenched in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so that's why I say it was different for her. When Ashley struggled with her faith, she gave even more of herself to the church. She looked for answers to hard questions.
A couple weeks, if that's what I want to do with them.
Why did you leave the church?
In the post-Mormon community, we have a phrase about the shelf that, throughout your membership in the church, there's certain things that don't feel right or don't make sense or that you just don't like. And so you put them on the shelf and you just think, well, I'll just deal with it later. And for most of us, there comes a thing, something that breaks the shelf and it all comes crashing down. For the last year and a half, I haven't really known what to do with these scriptures. They're kind of the last real physical relic of the church. They were something that was a positive piece of my life for a long time. And so I didn't want to just throw them out. I wanted to do something with them that was meaningful and that really represented how I feel about my journey of letting things die and letting them go and trusting that new life will come from the ashes.
Here Be Monsters, the podcast about
She who sees and accepts me in all my beauty and ugliness.
The podcast about
the unknown.
So this is from Doctrine and Covenants, section 6, and it's verses 8 through 13. So it says, Verily, verily, I say unto you, even as you desire of me, so it shall be unto you. And if you desire, you shall be the means of doing much good in this generation.
What are we about to do here?
I'm burning my scriptures tonight. Not out of anger, but I'm doing this ritual around it to let go of them and everything that they represent for me. Unto this generation. Keep my commandments and assist to bring forth my work according to my commandments, and you shall be blessed.
You said just a minute ago that you were feeling kind of nervous.
I haven't really looked at my scriptures in probably a year and a half, 2 years. And so I was pulling them out for, this ritual because I'm going to burn them. And they just felt really heavy. And I was kind of flipping through them. And there's just a lot of weight to them. There's a lot of me that I've put into them. And yeah, it's not a small thing that I'm doing tonight. Save it be those who are of thy faith. Trifle not with sacred things. If thou wilt do good, yea, and hold out faithful to the end, thou shalt be saved in the kingdom of God, which is the greatest of all the gifts of God, for there is no gift greater than the gift of salvation. From the north, I invite the elements of earth, of deep ancestral wisdom. I ask that you hold this circle. I invite my ancestors, all those who have felt bound and also desire to let go, join me in this circle. From the east, I invite the elements of air and wind.
Who's Hel?
Hel is the Norse goddess of the underworld of Helheim. She's a good person to give things that are dead to. She knows what to do with them. Finally, I invite Hel, the dark mother, to join this circle. She who sees and accepts me in all my beauty and ugliness. I offer to her all that has died and is decaying in my heart. I ask her to find a way to give it new life.
Did you know Mom listens to my podcast?
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
No. Also, Mom's pretty cool, and, it's no secret. Well, I think the witchy stuff might be more of a secret. But, church was where I would go and feel fed, and I stopped being fed when I went. Something changed, something died, and it didn't work anymore. I couldn't do it anymore. For as long as I can remember, you were the place where I felt safe, the place that was home, the place where I knew what to expect. You defined my expectations of life and my definitions of happiness. Everything I understood about what it meant to be a woman, about being a mother, and I was happy for a long time. And you promised me that I would always have that. You promised me that the gospel and the church were perfect and the people were not. And I trusted you. But you lied. Everything you told me was based on lies. And I'm done. And so I say thank you, but I'm done. I want no part of it. Nothing.
How did it feel to put them onto the fire?
Good, it was just a relief, and they looked much smaller once they were on the fire.
What would you say to someone who would see what you did tonight, not even necessarily a Mormon person, but someone who would see what you did tonight as appalling?
I can understand how that would look. I mean, we're burning books, so that's never a great place to start. But a big part of what I wanted was I didn't want this to be something done in anger. I didn't want it to be bitter or hasty or vengeful or anything like that. Because I really did believe for a long time, and leaving was not easy, and it was not something that I did on a whim or in a fit of frustration or anything like that. It's been the most significant loss of my life, and that's what this was about honoring that and letting it go.
As these books burn, I release myself from them and all they represent. I give thanks to all the forces that brought me to where I am, and I let them go. I am free. Go into the earth, be composted and broken down, and provide new life elsewhere.
Many thanks to my sister, Ashley Fryer. She lives with her family in Vancouver, Washington. Ashley left the church for a lot of reasons, but the last straw for her was something ex-Mormons call the November 5th policy leak. This policy said that children of gay couples were not allowed to be baptized unless they were 18 years old and had disavowed same-sex marriage. It was a controversial policy, with church members coming out for and against it. You can find more information on our website, HBM087.com. Have you ever lost your faith in God, or humanity, or maybe even your favorite sports team? Do you remember a moment when your proverbial shelf broke? Well, we want to hear from you. Give us a call on our new listener line, 765-374-5263. This episode was produced by me, Bethany Denton. It was edited by Jeff Emtman and Nick White. Kristen Lepore is the manager of the Independent Producer Project from KCRW. Music by The Black Spot. Thank you for listening. We'll have more episodes for you soon.
HBM087 or 10 or no.